you. Sending you super love. The first question is, can you hear me with this mask on? Because I swear, every time somebody talks to me in a mask, I can't hear them. I cannot hear anybody when they talk to me in a mask. Can you hear me? It's very important to verify. I love you back. All right, you got me? Thumbs up. I'm here right now in Arizona this minute. This second. What's up, songstress? Sending you super blessings and love. And I'm here with Senator Kamala. Am I talking like a crazy person? You see us? We right here. All right?
Oh, there they are. Hi.
There go everybody. We wanted to check in with y'all. So it's all about bringing a good energy right now. It's all about keeping the energy high. I always say we got to keep the frequency high.
And we need to own our power and just not let anybody take our power from us. We cannot do that ever.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, speaking of power, as a woman who often has to show up as the only one, who has to deal with everybody's assumptions and negative energy and all this type of stuff, all of us do.
Yes.
How do you stay in your power? How do you keep your skin thick? How do you keep finding the commitment and the energy to go forward?
Because I've got my sisters and my brothers. That's the truth.
Right.
Like always, have your sisters and your brothers, right? Your family. You're born into a family, and then there's a family you create. And those are the folks who are going to stand with you, who are going to hold you, who are going to push you in the room and say, you've got to get in there. The ones who, when you stumble and you might trip, they're going to laugh with you when you trip, but they're going to pick you back up.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. So you have the right type of energy around you.
You have to.
I know what you mean. I feel the same. I'd rather have a super small circle with the right energy than a huge circle.
That's
you know what I mean?
Right. And the loyalty of just friendship, and like I said, it's about the family that you create for yourself. And choose people in your life that will love you, that will not judge you, that will be honest with you and not blow stuff up you know what.
Hey.
Yeah.
So, here we are in Arizona. I think we're all obviously so motivated. We're excited to be a part of this process. We're learning. I think that's the thing I'm talking about a lot, how much I'm learning and how much we all have to learn. This is a place where the Senate, is an interesting part of the equation.
Yes.
And that if it becomes majority Democratic, there's so many things that can be pushed through.
That's exactly right.
A lot of people feel like, what's really happening? What kind of changes will I actually see? And I know that that's how it feels sometimes. And I think with the Senate, that's a strong way that we can actually see the changes we want.
You are right.
What kind of changes do you feel we would see if it was a majority Democratic?
So let's start with the fact that here in Arizona and throughout the country, people have been so hard hit by this crisis, this COVID. There's a bill right now sitting in the Senate to bring people relief, to give people expanded benefits who are unemployed, to help folks with what they need in terms of getting them through the end of the month and making sure that we reinstate moratoriums on foreclosures, things like that. That's sitting right now in the Senate on Mitch McConnell's desk. They're not putting it up for a vote. What else is there? Cory Booker and I wrote a bill in the Senate called the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act that came out of the work that we did with our other members of the Congressional Black Caucus. They're not putting that on the floor for a vote. You can look at what we need to do around the climate crisis. Bills that are about saying let's invest in renewable energy and also recognize that it's an environmental justice issue. So shout out to our brothers and sisters in Flint who need to have people who care about what they need in terms of understanding the disproportionate impact on communities of color.
Yeah.
These are the things the Senate can decide. The Senate can decide who will be a judge for a lifetime appointment to the United States Supreme Court and the Courts of Appeals. Alicia, you know what they did? They want to talk about jamming stuff through, and they want to talk about stuff. They put over 50 members on for a lifetime appointment to the Court of Appeal, and not one is black.
50.
Not one.
So this is what I'm talking about when we continue to learn and to understand how the system works.
That's right.
And obviously there's so much that needs to be changed. You know that. I think a lot of us care so much. You brought up police brutality. We care so much about criminal justice reform. What will your administration really, how do you want to focus on these issues that you know we care so much about, and we want to see it not continue to be the same? Philly is on fire right now. What do you want to do with that?
Okay, so we need to do a number of things. We need to, first of all, have a federal ban on chokeholds and carotid holds. George Floyd would be alive today if that were the case. We need a national registry for police officers who break the law, because right now a police officer can break the law and be fired in one place and then go move to another place and get hired. That needs to stop. We need to have a system where we change the national standard for use of force. Why? Because right now, if somebody uses excessive force, a police officer, the question often asked is, was that use of force reasonable? Well, you know, you can reason away just about anything. The fair and just question to ask was the use of force necessary? These are the things we need to do. Also, we need to decriminalize marijuana. And we intend on doing that and expunging the records of people who have been convicted of marijuana offenses. We need to get rid of mandatory minimums. We need to shut down private prisons. Private prisons are about people making money off of the incarceration of other human beings. That needs to stop. Another thing we need to do is we need to end cash bail. I've been a leader on that in the United States Senate. Folks are sitting in jail for weeks and months and years even, simply because they don't have the money to pay to get out. Meanwhile, people who have money are getting out every day.
2 seconds.
That's an economic justice issue as much as it is a criminal justice issue. These things can change, but we've got to use our voice and our power through our vote. Let's not let anybody try and tell us it's not going to matter. Let's not let them win when they're trying to confuse us. Let's not let them win when they're trying to mess with the post office. Let's get out there and do what we need to do.
Yes, keep the frequency high. We are out here in Arizona. It's a vibe. The horns are honking. The whole energy is here. And before we go, I just wanted to ask some of these questions because I appreciate you so much for sharing realistic goals that we can see movement on. And that's what we want to see, is movement. And before you go, I want to know, what's one thing people would never know about you? Like for me, people don't know that I am a very good synchronized swimmer. I am. I can really swim. So I'm just wondering, is there something silly? I know we're talking. It's a heavy time. It's a real time. We're not out here playing games, but you are allowed to feel your joy and express your joy.
People know I like to cook, so that may not be a secret.
She can cook.
Let me tell you what I can do. I can crack an egg with one hand. There you go.
All right, who can crack an egg with one hand? We out here. We just wanted to come on, keep the frequency high, keep the energy high. Make sure you're telling at least 3 or 4 people. Make sure you know their plan. Help your friends. Get out there. Make sure that you're encouraging people if they need some inspiration. Let's bring some light. If people need help getting to the polls, drive them. Let's make sure we're out here together. We're feeling the good vibes. We love you.
And text polls, POLLS, at 30330, and go online to iwillvote.com. You'll get all the information you need. Let's make sure everybody votes.
Let's do this. I love y'all. Thank you for checking in and listening to Kamala Harris with me. I just wanted to get on.
I love you.